Few programs in college basketball carry the weight of legend quite like the Duke Blue Devils. A name that conjures images of championships, rivalries, and unforgettable moments. But their rise to greatness was not immediate. Duke's story is one of humble beginnings, of bold vision, and of a transformation that forever altered the college basketball landscape. Basketball at Duke began in 1906 when the school was still known as Trinity College. Those early years were marked by inconsistency. Duke fought hard, but programs like North Carolina and NC State loomed larger. There were flashes of success, a strong team here, a good season there, but nothing that suggested the dynasty that lay ahead. The first great transformation came with head coach Vic Bubas in the late 1950s. Bubas was a pioneer, recruiting nationally rather than relying solely on the local talent pool. He brought Duke to 3 Final Fours in the 1960s, showing the world that the Blue Devils could compete with anyone. Though a national title eluded him, Bubas planted the seeds of national respect that would later blossom into dominance. After Bubas, Duke saw highs and lows. In 1978, they reached the national championship game under Coach Bill Foster. But by 1980, the program needed a new direction. That is when Duke hired a relatively unknown coach from Army, Mike Krzyzewski. The hire was controversial. In his first few years, the losses piled up. Fans called for his dismissal. But Duke's leadership stood firm, and that patience would prove historic. By the mid-1980s, Coach K's vision was taking shape. He brought in talents like Johnny Dawkins, Mark Mallory, and Danny Ferry. In 1986, Duke reached the national championship game, and through the late 80s, the program was a fixture at the Final Four. Still, the big question lingered. Could Duke break through and win it all? The answer came in 1991. Behind Christian Leitner, Bobby Hurley, and Grant Hill, Duke captured its first national title, and then repeated in 1992. With Leitner's legendary shot against Kentucky cemented in sports history, Duke was no longer just a contender. They were the standard. Coach K had transformed the Blue Devils into a dynasty. From that point on, Duke became synonymous with sustained greatness. Shane Battier and Jay Williams delivered another title in 2001. J.J. Redick electrified fans in the mid-2000s. Kyrie Irving and Zion Williamson became global superstars in just a single year of college play. And in 2010 and 2015, Duke lifted 2 more championship trophies, 5 national titles, 13 Final Fours, and countless moments etched in memory. What allowed Duke to thrive for decades? First, leadership. With Coach K at the helm for more than 40 years, the program enjoyed unparalleled stability. Second, recruiting. The blend of academic prestige, national brand, and tradition drew elite players from across the globe. Third, adaptability. From 4-year stars in the 1980s to one-and-done phenoms in the 2000s, Duke adjusted without losing stride. And finally, Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Cameron Crazies, packed shoulder to shoulder, make Duke's home court one of the most intimidating in sports. In 2022, Coach K retired, leaving behind the most wins in NCAA history and a legacy unmatched in college basketball. His successor, Jon Scheyer, a former Blue Devil himself, is now entrusted with carrying the torch. And so, the story continues. From early struggles to a bold hire to becoming the face of college basketball, Duke's journey is a lesson in patience, vision, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. The Blue Devils are not just a team, they are a dynasty, a living legacy, a symbol of what is possible when tradition, passion, and excellence collide. This is the story of Duke basketball.